Good morning, Jags. This is Mr. Boland, principal here. Just want to give you a few updates and highlights of the Back Together plan that we have for blended that we talked about over the weekend that we sent home. These are just some quick things that we can talk about here during IE to remind you of some things we've got going on. Hopefully you've already got your bell schedule. We only have 2-minute passing periods, so we need to make sure that we are getting to and from our classes as quickly as possible. We can't have any hanging out in the hallway, so please make sure that you are paying attention to that. You're not just stopping at lockers. You are allowed to carry a book bag, so that should help you get to your classes quickly and on time, but that's what we need to be doing in the hallways. You've already gotten to school, so hopefully you're all set. And beginning at 8:45, we let you in. You need to be in your classrooms right away. You come right to your first period or homeroom class, and you'll be set ready to go. Most of your 7th grade classes are upstairs, 8th grade classes are downstairs, and then band and athletes can drop their stuff off in the band room and the locker room on their way in. And if you need breakfast, grab your breakfast in the cafeteria and then go straight to homeroom. So hopefully you saw signs today that helped you identify that, and you'll be good as that goes. Like I said earlier, our passing periods are only 2 minutes, so we need to make sure that we are staying to the right and we are moving along in the hallway like it's a highway. So most of you from intermediate school know that the second tile saying is like single file second tile is what they talked about in intermediate school. It's kind of the same idea right now. We need to keep our hallways moving. Stay to the right, move on to your next class. We can't be gathering in the hallways. And look for these one-way arrow signs, especially when you're going up and down the stairs, so that way we can keep traffic going in the same direction, in the correct direction when you're going up and down. When you walk into class, each one of your periods, we want you to hand sanitize on your way in and on your way out. So you'll see a little blue bottle here, or you might have a black case on the wall. You make sure that you're sanitizing your hands as you come in and you go out. And then we will always have spray and wipes and paper towels ready for you should you need to wipe off your desk or want to do that as you come to sit down. Make sure that you're sitting in your assigned seat. Your teachers will assign you seats to make sure that everybody is distanced as much as possible. We're only letting 4 students in the restrooms at times, so make sure that you're looking for these signs that look like this to be able to stand 6 feet apart from each other. And then there will be adults outside the restroom to make sure that there are only 4 people inside. We are not allowed to go to the restroom during our passing periods. We need to go directly to class, so make sure that you do that. And then teachers will write you a pass after a few minutes have gone by in the class, so that way we have 10 minutes or so for our custodians to do a quick sanitation of the building after every passing period. So after those 10 minutes, you'll be able to have a pass to the restroom if you need it, and then just follow the directions of the adult that's there. These signs are also in the ERC and in the clinic and the cafeteria, so make sure that we're following these signs whenever you see them. We're taking attendance both in school and remotely, so it's easy when you come to school. We're just going to mark you here when you're here, and we're going to mark you absent when you're absent. But this is just another quick reminder that when you are home and you're working remotely, that you need to check in on Infinite Campus. So please be sure to check in on Infinite Campus every day that you're working, so that way we have correct attendance and we can see that you're trying to participate. And then if we don't see anything else other than you just checking in, teachers will be reaching out to you to make sure that we know that you're participating, because if the only thing we have is a check-in, then that's not enough for participation. Make sure that you're participating in your class by either attending the Google Meet or turning in work or things like that. If you need to leave early, we told your parents to make sure that you sign a note to come and drop it off in the office in the morning. So if you have an out-of-building pass, drop that note off in the office. There's an attendance office outside the art room that you can drop that off on your way in the building, or you can drop it off in the main office, but we need to make sure we have that note so we can write you a pass. So when it's time for you to leave, all you have to do is show your teacher that pass and show the ladies in the office that pass. And if your parent is here, you can just walk outside with the secretary's permission and go on your way. If someone is picking you up unexpectedly, we'll call you down, but it's much easier if you have that pass turned in at the very beginning of the day. We have a well clinic and a care clinic for people that are needing just medications like normal. You're going to see that there's a door in the main office that leads into the office from the hallway that you can come in for the clinic. It's usually the door that we would normally go out of the clinic. We are going to let you come into the clinic at that point as well. So if you need to take meds or if you need something for like a bag of ice, things like that, you can still be able to come in there. But we're keeping our regular clinic available for those students that are not feeling well. And so if you are showing any of these symptoms, first, before school, if you have any of these symptoms, we're asking you to stay home so we can keep everybody healthy. But if you start to feel this way while you're at school, we're going to send you to the care room, the clinic, and we're going to call home and try to get you picked up as quickly as possible. So there'll be 2 areas. If you are not feeling ill, then you should not be in the whole clinic. You should just be in the hallway, and Miss Sarah is there to give meds and things like that, and we'll be able to get you in and out quickly. Today, when you go in for lunches, make sure that you go straight to a seat and sit down. You're going to want to look for a green sticker or a blue sticker. If it's a blue day, you're going to sit in a blue seat. If it's a green day, you're going to sit in a green seat. And we're going to ask you to sit down as quickly as possible. And then we are going to assign you to wherever you sit. So you can choose where you want to sit, but you need to stay there, and that will be your assigned seat. And then we will give you further directions on how to go through the lunch line in person when we're there in the lunch room. But first, today, all you need to do is make sure you find the correct color seat, blue or green, depending upon which day it is, and sit in that seat. And then we will give you directions from there about how to go through the lines. We won't go through this right now, but we'll talk about that at lunch. And then after you're done eating, the last 10 minutes, we will allow you to go outside, but you will need to make sure that you wear your masks. This is only when the weather is appropriate for going outside. You do need to wear masks outside, and we should be able to have balls and things for you to be able to use when you're out there. And then at the end of the day today, we're going to dismiss you in 3 waves. The first wave will be anybody that's walking home, or an athlete that has practice or a game tonight, or anybody that might need to pick up food. So that will be, if your parents will talk to you about whether they've pre-ordered food and whether you need to pick stuff up. So those 3 groups of people will all leave right around 3:50 when we announce that. After that, maybe about a minute or 2 later, we will dismiss anybody getting picked up in a car, and we ask you to go to the parking lot south of the building, just by Henseroth Park, and pick up and go to your parents' car there. And then we will release buses one at a time as we see that they're here. So teachers will have a spreadsheet showing on their screens at the end of the day to show what buses are here, and then we will release those buses one at a time. So make sure that you are always wearing your mask, that you're sanitizing your hands in and out of classrooms, that you're washing your hands as often as possible, and we're practicing our social distancing. We're excited that you're here, and we want to keep it that way. We want to make sure that we stay in school. So make sure that you're always following those rules. Those are rules for all of us to make sure that we're keeping ourselves safe. And we want to have this be a best year yet. So make sure that you're following all the things that we need to do to roar here at Jackson. We are respectful. We are optimistic, we are accountable, and we are resilient. So please make sure you keep that in mind as you go through your day. And with that, have yourselves a great day.